30 Days by It's_Kingston on AO3. Episode 19. Chapter 10. Bonus Chapter. Basketball. What do you mean, learn to play basketball? Luz asked curiously as she looked over at her girlfriend, who was placing a box down gingerly on her desk. The purple-haired law student had asked if she could return to their once-shared dorm room, something Luz was ecstatic about. Most of her belongings hadn't been unpacked yet, but the corner of their shared room was obscured by the stacked cardboard boxes. Exactly how it sounds? She turned to Luz, smiling nervous. You always talk about basketball, and I wanted to learn about something you care so much. She wrung her hands together, something Luz had learned to be a nervous habit of hers. Luz packed a box she'd been holding on the floor, and walked to stand by Amity. Sure, sweet potato. I'll teach ya. No need to worry. She pulled her into a hug, burying her face into Amity's shoulder. Thanks. That's why they were here now, in an empty basketball court, at 4 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Amity was still waking up, hot coffee clutched tightly between her hands as she listened to Luz. Okay, let's just start with the basics. She grabbed a basketball out of the bag they were stored in. You just want to shoot the ball and get it in the hoop. You can shoot from however close you want. Just try to get it in. 3-point line is here. Luz pointed to a black line on the stick floor. Or you could shoot from the sides if you want. Luz held the basketball between her hands, facing towards Amity and away from the hoop. She tossed it backwards over her head, towards the hoop. It bounced off the backboard and fell into the floor with a thunk. Dang it! I was hoping it'll score that and it'll be cool. She laughed lightly, hand on the back of her neck. You're pretty cool. Amity put her coffee on the bench she sat on, before standing up to grab the ball. Just not that cool. She smirked. Hey! Luz chuckled, elbowing her girlfriend playfully. Come on. Let's turn you from boring law student to awesome basketball pro. She received the ball she'd thrown from the floor and got ready to shoot again. Amity smiled and rolled her eyes before following Luz onto the court. Okay, like this? Amity murmured to herself, trying to copy Luz's motions. Despite having been on the taller side, she hadn't been blessed with the natural athletic ability that Luz had. After what felt like her 45th missed shot, it was her 9th, the stubborn girl finally asked for help. Hey, could you explain this? Huh? Luz sunk another shot before turning to Amity. How to shoot? Sure. She came over to the hoop, where Amity stood with a basketball in hand. Okay, so you kind of want to hold it like this. She stood behind Amity, chin resting on her shoulder as she adjusted the ball in her hands. Okay. Now raise it up. Amity put her hands over Amity's and lifted them both up. And aim your shot. Amity had trouble focusing on aiming when Luz was behind her, tongue pointing out of the corner of her mouth, as she helped steady the purple-haired girl's arm. She giggled lightly, prompting Luz to ask, What's so funny, Blight-y? You're adorable when you do that. She smiled, going back to aiming. When no rebuttal was returned, Amity looked over her shoulder to see a grinning, red-faced Luz. Aw, she cooed, and Luz rolled her eyes. Focus, Luz said, gesturing to the loop. Just like that! Shoot it, Blight-y! Luz stepped back, giving Amity plenty of space to throw the ball. She did just that, and it landed clearly in the hoop, making a satisfying swoop on the way down. First basket! Yeah! Amity spun around, beaming. She pulled Luz into a hug that lasted quite a while. Hey, when are you finally going to stop calling me that? What, Blight-y? Yeah. When you're no longer Amity Blight, I guess. Luz shrugged, pulling away from the slight remains of an embrace to look at her girlfriend. What does that mean? Amity crossed her arms, sounding annoyed, but the smirk on her face betrayed her. Luz could tell she was amused with the situation. Don't know. Maybe if you were to change your name to something cooler like, Amity Nucella? I'll stop. Luz grinned, stuffing her hands into her pockets. Oh, that's not like a proposal. We're a little too young for that. She laughed awkwardly. Just a thought. Uh-huh. Amity stood quietly for a moment, her face red. She seemed to gather her wits hastily and returned fire. You seriously think I'd be Amity Nucella and not Luce Blight? She smiled at Luz, who, after registering the statement, seemed to cease to function for a moment. We'll deal with that in the future, Luz said, recovering. Sure, she'd definitely considered it, but it's not like she would tell Amity that. Yeah, she smiled at the thought. It truly was a nice one. No! It's over! What am I to ever do? What is gonna take over this? What am I ever gonna do with my life? Oh no! Oh dear heavens! I actually already have one in mind. Let me find it here. There was one. I talked about it the other day. Was it this one? Oh shit, I'm looking up bookmarks. I was like, what? Was it this one? I'm so confused. Why is it so long? That's not Kingston. Okay. It is, where is it? It is somewhere here, I promise. Just bear with me. Was it this one? No, that's a song to the tune of Love. This is not it either. A knife, are you flirting with me? No, that's not that one. Operation Stealth, nope. Nope. Was it this one? No, it was not this one. It wasn't Villainous, I know that for a fact. These are Amity, 30 days. A table for two, here it is. I was either gonna do a table for two or shake on it. I think I was gonna do a table for two. Ida's Diner, it's a place that Luz had been going for years. It's quite nostalgic, safe, a place where she knows everyone and everyone knows her. Until the new employee Amity Blight is hired, the company yes, it was a table for two. Yep, a table for two is the next one. And, I'm really excited, actually. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. Hootie is a domestic owl. There's one vague ATLA reference. I don't know what that is, but okay, let me know if you spot it. Willow and Gus don't exist. Willow and Gus don't exist. Frowny face. Amity isn't a tomato. She is a bad girl, though. She kind of slays /J. They actually kiss, like a lot. Definitely OOC. You said that last time, Kingston. You said that last time. I definitely need to actually find a... Rain Whisper is a character! Let's go! I definitely do need to think of an actual full-out thumbnail for that one and not just reuse clips from the show. It would be funny to do it again, though. I might. Because, like, their type of art style is very unique, and I don't know how I would translate that to my art style. You know, it's my art style is more reminiscent of an anime than it is of a more cartoonish, rounded art style that is the Owl House and Amity and Luz. I don't know. I'll have to see. That also is, do I have time to draw? But, okay. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching. Almost forgot, Kingston, you are an amazing writer.